This is a video review of the AIKKIL silicone cookware set in khaki. It's, I believe, a 43-piece set. It comes with a lot of the basics that you would need. I purchased it because we moved and I was not able to bring everything with me that I needed. And this was a great way to get a lot of the basics in what I think is a pretty cute color for a decent price. I read a lot of the reviews about how some of the items were small or some felt flimsy, so I'm just going to go ahead and review some of those items now so that you can see them. They came packaged in this black box. Everything was packaged well, nothing arrived damaged, everything was individually wrapped in plastic. I'm gonna start here. There are two metal items in here, the pizza cutter and the cheese grater. The first thing that I noticed is how small the pizza cutter was. Like, you can see it in relation to my hand right here. If you're cutting just a frozen pizza that you've popped in the oven for a quick dinner, this is gonna be fine. If you have a really deep dish, specialty pizza, this may or may not work. If you're looking for a decent pizza cutter, go buy one separately, so I probably will end up doing that. Same thing with this cheese slicer. You can see how small it is. To me, that would just be kind of, might be kind of dangerous. If you slice a whole lot of cheese, you're gonna need to get something a little bit better than that, so that's fine. One of the reviews that I read said that the silicone scrapers were small. There are two small silicone scrapers included, in addition to what I would call this completely normal sized one here. So I can see that there would be some use for these smaller ones in a kitchen, and I don't find that any of them are incredibly flimsy. Like, that's pretty stiff. It's meant to follow the contours of your bowl, so it does give a little bit, but it's not terrible. Most of the items, like this spoon, this is a little bit small for the bowl of a spoon here, but I mean, it works. It's completely functional. I don't have an issue with it. I like this silicone pastry brush here. I really like that. The tongs are great. They're metal and silicone. They work well. I have some KitchenAid versions that are essentially nearly identical to that. There's also a set of measuring cups and spoons. Those are fine. There's these two silicone oven mitts. I would say they're a little thinner than I would like, but I didn't buy this for the oven mitts, but would it work in a pinch? Yes. The silicone spoon rest, it's just flimsy silicone, but yes, it will get the job done of protecting your counters from a dirty spoon. So that works. There's also these metal hooks. All of the utensils have holes at the bottom, so if you plan to use these on like a hook and rail system, that will work. The rest of the utensils you can see here, pretty basic stuff, spoons, spatulas, soup spoon, pasta server, a whisk. The thing that I did not really care for about this, I'll show you now.
All right, so I wanted to come on here and just do a quick little review of this utensil set because there's a couple of things I noticed that I wish, or maybe I just didn't pay enough attention to the reviews, because if I did, I personally would not have purchased this set, and I am going to be returning it, so I'm not going to take them out of the plastic. I will say that the set came very well packaged. Everything is, as you see, individually wrapped, but the utensils are small and they're silicone, so I don't expect them to be industrial strength by any means, but I definitely was hoping that they would be a little stronger than they seem to be. So you could tell they're pretty, it's easy to just kind of bend it. And so my thought was, with spaghetti pulling, the cooked noodles, I don't want the prongs to be bending all over the place. I want to have a good grip of the noodles. The items, I did see reviews that said that the pieces are small. My initial thought was, they seem pretty average, but I actually pulled out my current slotted or noodle scoop, whatever this is called, And this is the size. I would say this is average. And then this is the size of the new one from the silicone set. So it's significantly smaller. And so, you know, obviously the smaller the handle is, the closer you are to the pot and the steam and so on and so forth. As nice as the items are packaged, like I said, everything is pretty small. So the pizza cutter is very small. Let me see if I can get a... Okay, so this is my standard pizza cutter, nothing fancy, just very basic. And this is the one that came with the set. So it's just a lot smaller than what I'm used to. I do cook quite often, so I really don't want to have to bother with small items. So I'm a little disappointed, as I mean, for the quality, I can't necessarily speak to the performance of them, obviously, because I won't be using them. But size-wise, and just from what I can tell from the quality or the strength of the silicone, I just don't want to run into any, you know, issues when trying to scrape anything off the pans or anything else like that. Also, I will say this is very small, which I did see reviews say about that. I don't even know, I mean, it's not big enough to contain all of the utensils that it came with. There's a handful of them in here, but this, in comparison to, again, I would call that this is literally 4 utensils.
I just got this silicone kitchen utensil set. It's heat resistant up to 446 Fahrenheit, and it feels amazing. The only problem I have is that I ordered pink, and I guess this is supposed to be the pink. It's not giving pink to me, and it has way more stuff in here. It is jam-packed. Like, it has so much stuff for the price. This is like a plastic material, super cute still, metal, but the only problem I have is that it's not pink. It's not pink, and I'm in love with pink. But yeah, it is very good. Like, I am ready to cook with this, and I cannot wait to see how they hold up.
They're all in here with another set that I have, but they're very, very strong. Both sets are incredible, and it's just perfect for my look.